Good Friday evening and welcome to a special live broadcast of the NCWLIFE Evening News from the site of tonight's Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade in East Wenatchee. I'm Grant Olson. Nice to have you here. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And boy, it was a typical spring day today, wasn't it? We had a mixed bag of just about everything as we look down from our cross camera at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley, and a lot of gray skies out there. And boy, as I'm looking towards Mission Ridge, it's quickly disappearing out there, so something could be moving in. And stay tuned for some more cool weather, because if we take a look at our 7-day forecast, it's going to stay that way for the next few days, as we will see some cloudy skies, a chance for showers as well. And for the parade on Saturday, about a 40% chance of rain. It will be windy tomorrow, and bring your jackets and possibly an umbrella for the parade in 57. Mother's Day, isolated showers and cool at 56. But let's jump ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the nice weather, partly cloudy to mostly sunny those days, with highs between 60 and 65. We'll have much more weather for you coming up a little bit later on. Now, a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man suspected of starting a fire early this morning that caused extensive damage to a convenience store outside Moses Lake. A Veterans Thrift Store operator says his conviction for assault should be overturned because he was not allowed to provide witnesses in his own defense. Chelan County commissioners will hold a public hearing on Tuesday on the county's proposed Wildland Urban Interface Code. And an East Wenatchee City Council member is now part of the state board that advises the legislature on Washington's building codes. But first, our top story tonight. Authorities have released photos of a person suspected of breaking into the Seventh-day Adventist Church outside East Wenatchee last week and spray-painted the walls inside. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office said the suspect shattered a glass door April 27th to gain entry to the church on 10th Street. The Sheriff's Office said the incident does not appear to be gang-related. Sergeant Mike Baker said he believes a spray painting incident at another East Wenatchee church that same day is related. They are two of several area churches that have been victimized by vandals recently, that according to Rivercom reports. Anyone with information on the person shown in the photos is asked to contact Baker at 509-888-6809. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man suspecting of starting a fire early this morning that caused extensive damage to a convenience store outside Moses Lake. The Sheriff's Office said the fire was believed to have been started about 3:30 a.m. in a porta potty outside the Airway Deli Mart. That's on Highway 17 and Airway Drive. Images taken from the store's exterior camera show an adult male near the fire's origin. Nobody was injured in that fire, but the store is described as severely damaged. In other news, a veterans thrift store operator says his conviction for assault should be overturned because he was not allowed to provide witnesses in his own defense. Thad Lawson runs the nonprofit Veterans Warehouse thrift store in Wenatchee. He was convicted last year of fourth-degree assault for physically restraining a 27-year-old woman who visited his store office. Lawson now says his lawyer failed to call 4 witnesses who could have contradicted the victim's testimony. A Chelan County District Court judge will hear argument May 24th on whether the verdict should be overturned. Lawson was sentenced to 75 days in jail, but has yet to begin serving his sentence while he appeals that case. He also faces a lawsuit from the state attorney general accusing him of sexual harassment and discrimination against at least 12 women who worked at or visited his thrift shop. Chelan County commissioners will hold a public hearing next Tuesday on the county's proposed Wildland Urban Interface Code. That's a new set of building regulations aimed at minimizing wildfire damage for homes on the edge of the wilderness. The draft code focuses on the use of fire-resistant building materials in wildfire-prone areas. It would prohibit new installations of wood shake and wood shingle roofs throughout the county, and it would require better driveway access for rural structures. Chelan County Fire Marshal Stefan Rinaldi modeled the code on similar regulations passed by the cities of Wenatchee and Leavenworth. The hearing starts at 11 a.m. once again next Tuesday. An East Wenatchee City Council member is now part of the state board that advises the legislature on Washington building codes. Governor Jay Inslee appointed Matthew Hepner last month to the Building Code Council. That's a 20-member body that recommends updates to the code and provides assistance to local building officials. Hepner's appointment runs through January 2025. Well, when we come back, the Forest Service said Thursday that numerous campgrounds and trails are now open for the season in the Wenatchee, Chelan, and Entiat areas. The state has suspended the license of an Okanagan County nurse until the murder case against him is resolved. Police agencies around the Wenatchee Valley held their Regional Law Enforcement Awards ceremony on Wednesday. And the Moses Lake Police Department will hold a special awards ceremony on Tuesday to recognize staff involved in a 2020 police shooting. From the site of tonight's Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade in East Wenatchee, I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Public notice! Click RV of Moses Lake has just received a huge shipment of RVs. If you're looking for a bunkhouse trailer for the whole family, a rear living for just two, or if you're a motorhome kind of glamper, if you want to camp for free with zero down and no payments till October, Click RV of Moses Lake has it for you. Top quality brands like Winnebago, Thor, Keystone, and Forest River. Lifetime warranties, so buy with confidence at Click RV of Moses Lake.
I drive a Click RV.
Hurry, the selection has never been better with new arrivals daily.
The best cornerback in the game only drives the best RV in the game.
Click RV, your Moses Lake RV superstore.
Welcome back. In another news, the Forest Service said yesterday that numerous campgrounds and trails are now open for the season in the Wenatchee, Chelan, and Entiat areas. Among the areas currently with water and garbage service are the Pine Flats, Fox Creek, and Lake Creek campgrounds up the Entiat River Road. The Up Lake campgrounds in the Chelan Ranger districts are also open. Trails that have been cleared of fallen trees and winter damage are now open on the Lakeshore Trail. That's on the north shore of Lake Chelan, and Echo Ridge Trail northwest of Chelan. Entiat River trails now open include Mad River and Stellico Ridge. The Silver Falls trailhead is open, but the trail has not yet been completely cleared. Well, the state has suspended the license of an Okanagan County nurse until the murder case against him is resolved. 70-year-old Roy Parker Rasmussen III has been in custody since mid-April, charged with first-degree murder in the death of Ziri Sosel. That was his 46-year-old former domestic partner in Oroville. Rasmussen is also a registered nurse in the state of Washington. The State Department of Health announced yesterday that Rasmussen can no longer work as an RN until the charges are disposed of. He remains held in the Okanagan County Jail on a $1.5 million bond. Police agencies around the Wenatchee Valley held their Regional Law Enforcement Awards ceremony on Wednesday, with departments recognizing performance above and beyond the call of duty in 2021. Chelan County Sheriff's Deputy Aaron Seabright was acknowledged as Deputy of the Year within his office. For East Wenatchee, Officer Ivy Jacobson was one of 3 officers honored for life-saving use of a tourniquet in an emergency situation. Other commendations went to frontline officers from around the valley as well as sports support staff in each department. The Moses Lake Police Department will also hold a special awards ceremony coming up on Tuesday to recognize staff involved in a 2020 police shooting. Among those being honored will be retired K-9 Chief and his handler, Officer Nick Stewart. Chief will receive the Police Star Award and Stewart the Medal of Valor. Stewart and Chief were chasing 22-year-old robbery suspect Jose Rivera on February 28th of 2020 when Rivera turned and shot Chief in the eye. Stewart then shot and killed Rivera. An investigation later determined Stewart acted appropriately in that shooting. Also being honored will be veterinarian Jessica Morrison, Officer Brad Zook, and detectives Omar Ramirez and Kurt Ledeboer. Fellow K-9 handler Zook responded to that shooting and transported Chief to Pioneer Veterinary Clinic, where Morrison provided initial life-saving care before she and Zook accompanied Chief to the veterinary school at Washington State University, where his life was saved. Morrison will receive the Civilian Service Award and Zook, Ramirez, and Ledeboer Exceptional Service Awards. The ceremony is at 6 p.m. at the Moses Lake Clinic Center and is open to the public. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come right here from the site of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay. Take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's featured story, ahead of tomorrow's Apple Blossom Grand Parade, we'd like to share some footage of the 1970 parade taken by former KPQ radio station owner James Wallace Sr. That's very cool, isn't it? Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. And as we speak, I think we've got some weather moving in on us here in East Wenatchee and the Wenatchee Valley. Just about the Mission Ridge area right now. You can see some pretty heavy rain falling. But as we take a look at our cross camera, it doesn't look so ominous. But as I mentioned, I think it is on the way. As temperatures were cool today, let's take a look at today's almanac. Unofficially, our high temperature today was at 55 degrees, way below where we should be for this time of year. 69 is normal. We were a little cool this morning, too, at 39 degrees. 46 is our normal low temperature. Look at our beautiful record high. Do you remember that? 1992, we were all the way up to 93 degrees. And then in 2002, that was our record low of 33. We just picked up a trace of precip the last 24 hours, so we're staying at 3.68 inches for the year. Sunrise this morning was at 5:36, and the sun sets tonight at 8:19. Let's move ahead now and take a look at how our Grand Parade, the Stimilk Growers Grand Parade weather will be for your Saturday. Temperatures a lot like today, maybe a tick or two higher. 60 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 59 in Quincy, 57 in the Wenatchee area, 58 in Quincy, and then it gets a little warmer as you move up into Omak with a high temperature tomorrow of 59 degrees. As far as our surface loop goes tonight, we will expect some partly cloudy skies out there tonight to mostly cloudy conditions. We will see the ridge of high pressure getting broke down by the low pressure that's moving through across Canada right now. And then as we move across into our Saturday, and Malcolm, I lost my loop, so I'm going to have to kind of wing it here. Saturday's weather, we will see windy conditions. Keep that in mind as you are headed to Apple Blossom Festival, another area of low pressure moving right over the top of us, and that'll keep us a little wet for Apple Blossom. By Sunday, we will see partly cloudy skies for Mother's Day, and it will be cool. Keep that in mind as well, with high temperatures into the mid-50s. And as we move into Monday to start off our next work week, we will see partly cloudy skies. Maybe an isolated shower or two. Wouldn't worry about it too much. It will stay cool with high temperatures Monday in the mid to upper 50s. And then that big, beautiful ridge of high pressure you see out in the Pacific will move in for both Tuesday and Wednesday. And then finally, we'll see a little bit of a warm-up. Low 60s for your high on Tuesday. And as we get you into Wednesday, we're going to get back to mostly sunny skies. It will be a bit warmer, too, with highs on Wednesday in the mid-60s. And then by the end of our forecast, another little dip in our weather as a quick moving weather system moves through. It'll bring us a chance for isolated showers with high temperatures on Thursday, dropping back down to the upper 50s. But the good news, folks, as we get into next weekend, I think our temperatures will be into the 70s. We'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight will drop down to 43 degrees. Remember, tomorrow, a 40% chance of rain and windy for the parade. 56 Sunday with isolated showers for your Mother's Day. A little bit showery on Monday, too, and 57. And then nice for Tuesday and Wednesday. 61 Tuesday, 64 Wednesday, with more showers moving in on Thursday with a high then of 59 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Don't miss the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. You'll enjoy a wide variety of jazz, breathtaking lake and vineyard views, and fabulous wine. The festival features 50 shows at 14 wineries and venues over 4 days. Imagine a musical tour around the beautiful Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Grab your friends and get your tickets to the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival, May 19th through the 22nd.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday to you. Hope you're enjoying the Apple Blossom Festival, and some are participating in a little activity other than Apple Blossom already. Well, fours were wild at T-Mobile Park last night. Tampa Bay scored 4 runs in the 4th inning and handed Seattle its 4th consecutive loss by a final of 4-3. The big damage in the game came from former Mariner Mike Zunino.
And a liner into left. That's going to be in a base hit. Winker will make the pickup. No play at the plate. Margot crosses standing up, and the Rays lead 1-0. And there's a high fly ball. Back into left. Well tagged. Gone! Home run on a 3-1 pitch. Zunino unloads. A 3-run blast. And the Rays make it a 4-run inning.
That's crank center field deep. Kiermaier going back. Goodbye! Jesse Winker with his first home run as a Mariner. First hit of the night, and the Mariners on the board. It's 4-1 Tampa Bay. Off the glove. That's going to be a break. Yes, sir. Ty France will score. Got a 4-2 ball game. Base hit Eugenio Suarez and RBI JP to third. Yes, indeed. Catch a break right there. Gino's 14th run batted in.
Quick delivery, Supermo right back to the pitcher. Adam goes off the top of his glove. That is a break.
Flexing Sunday. Phillies come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. High drive right field down the line. That baby is going to stay fair, and it is gone. A home run by Adam Frazier. We got a 4-3 ball game here in the 7th. Bring in the left-hander Poche, and he gives it up on the first pitch.
Ground ball back to the mound. Rayleigh's got it. The underhanded toss to first, and the Rays are winners tonight. It's a 4-3 final. The Rays score 4 times in the 4th inning, and they make that hold up.
Robbie Ray took the loss, allowing the 4 runs on 6 hits and 5 strikeouts over 6 2/3. Manager Scott Services fans don't need to panic because the team isn't winning right now.
Against left-handed pitching, the 2 lefties went deep tonight. Their first one in a Mariner uniform, so that's certainly a positive. Jesse's hit some balls good that have not gone out, so nice to see the ball get over the fence there. But again, Tampa's got good pitching. I thought their starter McClanahan was really good tonight. Fastball, 96 to 100 at times with the good breaking stuff, and weren't able to put a ton of pressure on them, but a little bit. It's just the 4 spot we got down early. And just not enough to get tied up here late. Competitiveness effort tonight. I thought we had hung right in there after Robbie giving up the 3-run homer earlier in the ball game, and we kind of scratched and clawed our way back into it, but just not quite enough. I thought we hit some balls hard again tonight. Not a lot to show for it. Certainly got a couple home runs, and I think it was the 6th inning. We had first and third there, and weren't able to push more than just 1 run across. So. We will get there. It's just been a struggle here recently, and Robbie did his job tonight. He really did. You look at the inning, he gave up the 4 runs, and it was a bunt hit, a couple bloop singles, and then a home run. You look up, it's a 4 spot, and then we're behind the 8 ball, and give our guys a ton of credit. We're scratching, clawing, battle back into it, but just not quite enough there at the end.
Seattle and Tampa Bay play again tonight at 6:40. The only way to watch the game is through Apple TV Plus online. Well, on the Les Schwab Prep Baseball scoreboard from yesterday, Waterville-Mansfield swept a doubleheader against Pateras, winning the opener 19-2 and then taking the nightcap by a final of 17-8 on the Diamonds today, weather permitting. Manson hosts Liberty Bell in a doubleheader at 3 o'clock. Eastmont's wrapping up a regular Big 9 season at home with a twin bill against Eisenhower. That's underway. Moses Lake concludes its schedule at Larson Playfield against Sunnyside in the first of 2 games, which is also underway. District tournament is underway for the CWAC as Ephrata hosts Ellensburg tomorrow at 11 in the morning. The Bees wrap up their regular season with Tenasket at Okanagan for 2 games starting at 11. Lake Roosevelt hosts a doubleheader against Oroville at 11 o'clock. Waterville-Mansfield, meanwhile, plays at Moses Lake Christian for a single game at 12:30. Speaking of the Shockers, Waterville-Mansfield came that close to completing a perfect regular season last night, but Pateras had other plans. The Shockers took the opener by a score of 26-15, but Pateras came back to win the nightcap 16-15. Waterville Mansfield will still be the number 1 seed heading into the district tournament. Now, coming up today, Tonasket is hosting Okanagan in a doubleheader. Eastmont wraps up the Big 9 season at Eisenhower with the first of 2 games underway. At the same time, Moses Lake visiting Sunnyside for a twin bill. On tap coming up tomorrow, Ephrata travels to Othello for a doubleheader at 11 o'clock in the morning. Omak hosts Kashmir for the first of 2 at 11. Oroville visits Lake Roosevelt for a twin bill at 11 o'clock. At noon, Reardon hosts Brewster in a doubleheader, while Tonasket hosts Liberty Bell for a single game. There were 3 boys' games in soccer last night, and let's get to the scoreboard. Tonasket topped Liberty Bell 2-1. East Valley of Yakima blanked Ephrata 3-0, and Linwood won a non-leaguer against Cascade by a final of 4-3. Wenatchee will celebrate its seniors tonight in the Apple Bowl when it wraps up the regular season against Sunnyside. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. Moses Lake, meanwhile, concludes its campaign on the road at Eisenhower, also at 7. There are only 2 games on the schedule tomorrow, with Chelan visiting Oroville at 1 o'clock, while Kashmir hosts Liberty Bell at 1. Finally, prep track and field teams gathering for a couple of meets this afternoon in the region. Kashmir, Chelan, Manson, Okanagan, and 10 other schools gathering in Cle Elum at Cle Elum Roslyn High School today. For that meet, Bridgeport High School is the site for the rest of the B schools. For North Central Washington, that track meet is underway. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. And Grant, while we're doing the sports, you can smell the rain hitting the pavement.
You could feel it get cooler all of a sudden, too. Let's check in with our friend Dan Kuntz now for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On Monday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we'll wrap up the big weekend with the 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. We'll wrap up tonight's Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, plus the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade, and kind of tie a little bow around the ribbon of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. That'll be on Monday. We'll have your latest cool weather forecast as well. And a friendly reminder, Sunday is Mother's Day, so to all of you mothers out there this Sunday, happy birthday. Grant, back to you.
And thank you very much, Dan. And as you mentioned, Eric, I talked about it last night that if you are going to come to Classy Chassis tonight, bring your umbrella. Yeah. And boy, if you're ready to head down here, we are live right now. The parade starts at 6. Might want to bring that umbrella.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I love that smell, though, that ozone smell when the pavement's been dry for a few days and then you get that rain falling. Unfortunately, might be a little wet for those, especially in a convertible for the Classy Chassis Parade coming up at 6. And then, we'll have more of parade action tomorrow. And now, Grant, you can tell us again what's going to happen as far as the forecast tomorrow for the Grand Parade, Stimulk Growers Grand Parade to wrap up Apple Blossom Festival.
And, I don't see as much rain as I do wind in tomorrow's forecast, and I don't think it's going to get that windy in the morning, but boy, tomorrow afternoon we're talking 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Nothing like that at 11. I'm thinking just maybe a 10 to 20-mile-an-hour wind, but it's going to be cool, so bundle up with highs mid to upper 50s tomorrow.
But a nicer day for Mother's Day on Sunday?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
In fact, even cooler on Sunday, sorry. Got to wait till next weekend. I think we're going to be back into the 70s. Well, I can't say back. We've been in the 70s once, I think, so far.
Yeah, back in March, right?
That's right. Yeah, I think so. All right, well, that will do it for our newscast tonight, live from the Classy Chassis Parade. And for more on tonight's stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Along with my broadcast partner, Eric Grandstrom, I'm Grant Olson. And don't forget, the NCW Life channel will broadcast the Classy Chassis Parade coming up at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE channel.